The son returned to the hospital early and saw the truth that shattered his world. Rain drummed against the hospital windows like 1,000 whispered warnings. Adrien hadn't planned to come back so soon. He'd only left to grab his mother's favorite chamomile tea, the one that calmed her trembling hands. But something tugged at his chest, a quiet unease he couldn't name. So he turned his car around. What he saw through the half-open doorway froze his blood. His wife, Marissa, the woman he'd vowed to love forever, stood over his frail mother, Eleanor, with a syringe in her hand. Not administering medicine, not checking vitals. Her expression was cold, determined. And the IV line? It was being tampered with. "Marissa, what are you doing?" Adrien's voice cracked like dry wood. She spun around, eyes wide with panic, then hardened into defiance. "It's not what you think," she snapped, but her trembling fingers betrayed her. Eleanor, weak but awake, met her son's gaze with tear-filled eyes. She didn't speak. She hadn't spoken much since the stroke, but her fear in her silence screamed louder than any words. In that instant, Adrien's world fractured. He'd fallen for Marissa during med school, her sharp wit, her ambition, the way she laughed like sunlight breaking through clouds. He'd believed they were building a future. But after their wedding, everything changed. Finances tightened. Marissa resented Eleanor moving in after her husband passed, calling it a burden we never agreed to. Every shared meal became a battlefield. Every bill a reminder of what they lost because of his mother's presence. Adrien had tried to mediate. "She raised me alone after Dad left," he pleaded. "She gave up everything for me." "She's your past," Marissa would retort. "I'm your future." But the past wasn't something to discard. It was the foundation of who he was. And slowly, Eleanor's spirit dimmed. Her health worsened under the weight of constant tension until a sudden stroke landed her in the sterile hospital room. Now standing there, watching his wife's betrayal unfold in real time, Adrien realized this wasn't just resentment. This was malice. He called security, then the police. Marissa screamed, accused him of betrayal, of choosing a useless old woman over his own wife. But Adrien didn't flinch. As officers led her away, he collapsed beside his mother's bed, clutching her wrinkled hand like a lifeline. "I'm so sorry, Mama," he whispered, tears falling freely. Eleanor squeezed his fingers weakly, then with surprising strength. Days later, as her voice returned in soft, raspy fragments, she spoke words that would echo in his soul forever. "Adrien, hate is a heavy stone to carry. It will drown you faster than any ocean. But forgiveness? Forgiveness is not for her. It's for you, so you can walk away lighter." He wept again, not from sorrow this time, but from awe at the depth of her grace. Weeks passed. Marissa faced criminal charges. Adrien filed for divorce. The marriage that once felt like a dream was revealed to be built on sand, shifting, unstable, and ultimately cruel. But in its ruins, something new grew. Adrien moved Eleanor into a quiet cottage near the sea, the place she'd always dreamed of visiting. Every morning, he made her tea. Every evening, they watched the sunset together in silence that no longer felt empty, but full of peace. He learned to cook her favorite soup, to read aloud from her tethered novels, to listen, not just with his ears, but with his heart. One evening, as golden light spilled through the window, Eleanor turned to him with a smile that held decades of love and sacrifice. "You're not just my son," she said softly. "You're my miracle." And in that moment, Adrien understood. True courage isn't found in grand gestures. It's in choosing love when it's hard, in standing for what's right, even when it costs you everything, in honoring those who gave you life by living yours with integrity. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to ACA Storytales. Your support helps us bring more powerful, emotional stories that remind us of what truly matters: family, loyalty, and the courage to do what's right. Thanks for watching till the very end, because sometimes the most painful truths lead to the most beautiful rebirths. Comment below. Have you ever had to choose between love and loyalty? We read every message. Tell us where you're watching from. Your voice matters. Don't forget, kindness is never wasted, and neither are second chances. Thanks for watching.